Hello and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. I am Zarkoon, and today I have got a video for you on one of the new maps that came out in the most recent update, and that map is called Trap. And today you will see I am in the Tier 6 Japanese cruiser, the Miyoko, and I have just gotten the hull upgrade, I believe. And this is the first game that I played with the hull upgrade. And also, I think the first game I played on the map Trap. You see there, I am looking at my torpedoes, to see if the hull upgrade changed anything about the torpedoes, which it did. It didn't change the angles at which the torpedoes fire. They're still pretty rear-firing torpedoes, but it did give an extra set of torpedo launchers on each side of the ship, which makes the torpedoes on this Miyoko quite dangerous, at least especially compared to the stock version of the Miyoko, which I felt, it took quite a bit of time for me to grind this ship to get to the hull upgrade. Got the hull upgrade and the what is that? The target thing, the gun upgrade that gives you a little bit more range. And I am running Gunichi Mikawa as my commander on the Miyoko because of his ingenious trait, which tells you how many enemy ships are aiming at you. And I will say I do love this ship, this Miyoko, and I also quite like this map. It's a nice change, and I'm not sure exactly why it's called Trap. I assume, just looking at the mini-map here, take a look at where the Bravo capture point is situated. It's right smack in the middle of a ring of islands with very narrow entrance channels, you see. So I assume that Bravo cap is the trap, and in fact I am going to fall into a trap here at the end of this game, and I am going to commit a cardinal cruiser error. But I do think I play this game relatively well. I've been, working on my cruiser game. Here you see me taking kind of cover behind this island. That's a nice thing about this map. There's a lot of islands behind which you can take cover, but there's something wrong with my aim. I don't know if you noticed, but it's not trailing the ship like it should be. I'm locked on, but I was having to move the aiming reticule. I don't know if that's how you say it. I was having to move it manually. It wasn't following along with the ship like it should have been, but I disengaged the lock and then I re-engaged it, and that seemed to fix it. But that seems a little bit like a bug to me. Don't know if you guys have experienced the same thing. Meanwhile, though, we've got this Gata over here being rather bold. He is in a smoke screen, but he's still detected by something. Either my sonar or another cruiser over there is using sonar or radar. Now he's undetected, so it turns out he was just spotted. And I am reversing to get some more shots on him. He is spotting me, but thanks to Gunichi Mikawa, I know I am not in danger of taking fire from any of the battleships over there, which I am giving broadside to one battleship, and it's potentially a very dangerous move for me here, but it's about to be worth it because I take out the Gata, and notice that is the first kill of this game so far, and we are, 4 minutes into the match? Kinda nice. This map seems to, I don't know, you kind of have to use your brain on this map, I guess. And I'm not exactly sure how the spawns work, but you'll notice that my entire team seems to be clustered generally in the area where I am, and there's a whole sea of red out there to my port side. So, I'm not sure if this map has a strong side, weak side spawn or what, but it will be interesting to see. other YouTubers and the community in general play on this map and get to know the ins and outs and nuances of it. Now, we have a de Grasse giving us broadside about 12 kilometers out there. So once we get all our guns on him, are about to open fire. Here we go. We're taking a shot with HE. Now, you might ask yourself as you are watching this exchange, because you are intelligent players, you might ask yourself, why, Zarkun, are you shooting HE at this broadside cruiser, who is still giving you broadside and shows no signs of, intending to angle against your shots? Why are you not shooting AP into his sides and getting citadels and taking his health down even more? Well, if you have that question, I will tell you that is a great question. I do not know why I did not switch to AP here, but I did not. Now this de Grasse is taking aim at me. I am still firing at him with HE, and I'm giving him an awful lot of broadside. Luckily, his first salvo is also HE, so it does minimal damage, but it does start a fire. But now I am turning. Good thing I do, because this next salvo is AP, and it bounces off the armor of the ship rather harmlessly. Now, at this point, you would think I would switch to AP, and I would take this guy out. Nope, still not doing it. I can't tell you what was going through my head here. This is a bit of a misplay on my part. Had I shot AP at this de Grasse, he would have already been dead. And, oh, this last salvo almost takes him out. And he is turning in, so let's see if this next one here does it. Got two ships aiming at me. One of them is certainly this de Grasse. Oh, is that 3 ships now aiming at me? I don't know who the other ones are, but I assume they're somewhere behind this island. Now, that salvo from the friendly ship nearly takes out the de Grasse, but does not quite finish him off. So we can get one more salvo off. Hopefully this will do it. It does. He goes to the bottom of the sea, and now we are about to come out broadside, more or less, to this Normandy. We are turning to get our torpedo tubes. Now, this could have been lights out for me. This was also a misplay on my part, but somehow I get away with it. I fire off the torpedoes at the Normandy. I have completed my turn, so the danger to me now is minimal. This is a bit of a high-risk play, but you will see that it turns out to, I don't know if it's like too high of a reward, but it turns out to have a decent reward. We did have 4 enemy ships aiming at us just now. Now it's down to 3, and we are able to successfully dodge the incoming fire from the Normandy, as well as the other battleship that is off to the is that the port or starboard side? I don't know. Off to the right of the screen there. We hit the Normandy with 2 torpedoes and do cause flooding, and the friendly Colorado takes him out. So we're doing pretty well at this point. We're up to 76,000 damage. Is that 2 ships killed? Yes, 2 ships killed, and 2 torpedo hits. Now we've got a black little devilish Atlanta here, which, by the way, I know I've said in my previous videos that I hate Atlantas. They are evil little ships, but boy, I wish I had one. Well, guess what? Now I do have one. I did buy the Atlanta B, and as soon as I get a good replay in that, I will be sure to upload a video. This time, getting to be the evil HE spammer of death, and I'm gonna do it, in a tasteful black camo scheme. That the ship's really cool. It's really cool. I love the black camo scheme. I'm almost sorry that I bought the Scharnhorst before this Black Friday sale, because that black Scharnhorst is nice too. Now, speaking of the Atlanta B, here he comes around the corner. have a salvo ready for him. It does chunk him for a little bit of damage, and he runs aground. Now I'm going to take another shot at him, anticipating that he will reverse, which he does, and that shot almost takes him out. Had it been, again, AP, it might have. Now, the funny thing about Atlantas is even though they can spam you with tons and tons of HE, it doesn't take a whole lot to throw off their aim. And just like that, that Atlanta is no longer a threat. But here we go again, turning out broadside in front of another battleship. So we are going to launch our torpedoes and hope that we will get away with it, because this guy, we are in not a great position, but his guns are not aimed at us, and if we're not careful, we're going to run aground and beach ourselves, which we do not want. I am holding my fire because I don't want to encourage him to shoot at me, but he has just opened fire on the friendly ship near me, so now I feel a bit more comfortable taking aim at him. Do chunk him for a nice little salvo there, and he is committing the cardinal sin of battleships, sailing in a straight line. That torpedo salvo is looking very, very good. And is it? Yep. There he goes. Alright, now, state of the game here. It is 2 versus 2. I am at 103,000 damage. Got a friendly Colorado with me, and we are up against an enemy New Orleans, and I believe an enemy New Mexico. Now, this Colorado calls for my support, and I'm thinking, yep, I will support you. You know, I've been having a good game so far. Got 4 kills. There are 2 ships left. Very possible that I could get, you know, the Kraken Unleashed medal, which if I did, you know, this would be my first Kraken Unleashed in the Miyoko, which would be very nice. So, I'm going to head over toward the B cap, which is currently not held by either team, and the Colorado and I are going to go try and capture it to get the points up. I believe we are slightly behind on points by, I don't know, about 75. So if we can get some points flowing in from this B cap, that would be ideal. Now, the Colorado is under fire from the New Orleans, who is there backing up, so I am going to open fire on him. Immediately, I am detected by the New Orleans spotter plane there, but I do get a hit on the New Orleans, and then I drop detection. Now, here is where everything kind of goes pear-shaped. I notice the New Mexico, and I have several options here at my disposal, but I choose the worst one, and this is partly why I'm showing you this replay here, because I think I've played the game relatively well up until this point. I have taken some major risks, but now I am detected by this New Mexico. I am essentially broadside to him. I'm trying to launch my torps, but unfortunately he takes me out. I do get 1 torp salvo off, so I can hope that this torp salvo is going to hit the New Mexico and give me a Kraken, but the friendly Colorado appears to be in some trouble. In fact, he explodes and dies, ending the battle in defeat. But, you know, lessons to be drawn from there. Alright, well, if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I've got World of Warships content coming all the time. Thanks, see you next time.